Oscar De La Hoya takes shots at Canelo Alvarez, saying, "Please, this guy does everything wrong. Head up when he throws a hook, on his heels, flat-footed. What else? He also avoids Jamal Charlo, but he ended up tagging Jermell Charlo, the brother at 154. I mean, Oscar De La Hoya was just being petty. Canelo Alvarez takes shots back, saying, 'Oh, really? You want me to talk?' Question mark. Fucking traitor, laughing emojis, and then he sends another comment. Do me a favor and go fuck yourself." We're seeing a bunch of saltiness and pettiness from Oscar De La Hoya. I mean, he wasn't saying this before he promoted Canelo Alvarez. Now that Canelo Alvarez left him and Bernard Hopkins been taking shots at him, just being a bunch of petties. But it's making them look bad because now fighters that want to sign to Golden Boy, they're going to think twice about it. Because if they're going to sign and they're going to be associated with Golden Boy, then as soon as they leave Golden Boy, they're going to be talking bad about them. So it's going to make a lot of fighters think twice before joining Golden Boy Promotions. I mean, we already saw what happened with Ryan Garcia. He was throwing his fighter under the bus while he was promoting him. I mean, a lot of fighters now don't want to sign the Golden Boy. I mean, who else does Golden Boy have besides Virgil Ortiz, Jaime Munguia, which he hasn't even been promoting him that well, and now he signed Gilberto Ramirez. I mean, besides Ryan, I mean, I don't think you're gonna have a big superstar. I mean, Virgil Ortiz, it's a good fighter, but I mean, he's not gonna be. I don't see him being bigger than Ryan Garcia, in my opinion. I don't know if you guys remember last year, according to De La Hoya, Oscar De La Hoya has revealed that his promotional company attempted to make a Canelo Alvarez Jamal Charlo fight for May 4th of 2019. According to De La Hoya, Charlo's handlers turned down a very lucrative offer to battle Alvarez, would have been one of the biggest fights for the undefeated Jamal Charlo. So as we've seen, Oscar De La Hoya himself also said that Jamal Charlo turned down a fight. So why is he coming out saying that Canelo's ducking him? When we all know that goddamn well Canelo's not ducking no guy at 160, especially not the one he tagged on Instagram that's at 154. And I quote Oscar De La Hoya, he said this: "We had an amazing offer for Charlo, a very lucrative offer for Charlo, and he turned it down." De La Hoya on Fight Hub TV during an interview posted Tuesday on its YouTube page. Well, Charlo didn't turn it down, but its agent or whoever it was on PBC, don't. When asked about how much money the Golden Boy Promotions offered Jamal Charlo to face Alvarez, De La Hoya replied, "I'm not going to say the offer." But the retired 6th Division champion clarified that the offer was made for Charlo to face Alvarez in May, not of this year, but last year in 2019, and just didn't happen. So the sad part about the business of boxing is that I can't work with my hands tied behind my back. Look, I'm a fighter. I grew up boxing. I want to see these fights. I want to make these fights happen. You know, I'm calling all the promoters out. Let's make it happen. Jesus forsake, the sport needs this fight. So as we've seen, Oscar De La Hoya said himself, like he was trying to make the fight happen. So when Oscar De La Hoya says that Canelo's ducking him, when we already know you're his promoter, you're supposed to make these fights happen. I mean, you should worry about your fighters instead of worrying about what Canelo's doing. I mean, you got a bunch of fighters that are trying to get fights that can't get fights. Some fighters want to leave. Some fighters feel like you're not promoting them fair enough. I mean, if you think you made Canelo into who he is now, then try to make Virgil Ortiz into that next star. Make Jaime Munguia into the next star, since you're really high on him as well. Make Gilberto Ramirez or Ryan Garcia. I mean, Ryan Garcia is already a star thanks to himself, promoting himself on Instagram, making connections, collaborating. So I'm not going to give you credit for that. Ryan Garcia already had a big following before he joined Golden Boy. So let's not even pretend like you did that as well. And to say that you made Canelo up, for me, it's just a bunch of bullshit. And let me tell you why. It's the fighter who has to practice in the ring day in, day out, every night, every day, then get in the ring, do the weight, sacrifice his own body, and then win the fight convincingly and try to get crowds. Canelo did not become a star overnight. It happened fight by fight basis. Same thing. So when a fighter or a promoter try to say that they made this guy, that's a bunch of bullshit. No matter what you do in life, it's either basketball, football, baseball, you have to bust your ass to get into the league of the NBA, D1 college. No matter what it is, it's the same thing in boxing. You bust your ass. They give you the audience, they give you the platform, but it's you who's gaining those fans. How many boxers does Golden Boy have right now that's a superstar? Exactly my point. None. It's because he can't do that with everybody. It requires a special fighter, a dedicated fighter, and a humble guy or just character that people could find themselves attracted to. And let me be more clear. Without the fighters, Golden Boy ain't nothing but a former boxer. So let's not get to this I made you type of bullshit, because What's the basketball players without the NBA? What's the NBA without the basketball players? What's the MLB without the baseball players? Same thing with Oscar. Oscar would be nothing but a former boxer without his fighters. So let's not even go there. And here's a voice recording of Oscar De La Hoya offering Jamal Charlo the fight.
No, look, unfortunately, I mean, we're still 4 months away, so we have a lot of time. And I'm leaving to Mexico actually right now to go sit down with Canelo and his team and map out the Cinco de Mayo. But we offered Charlo pretty lucrative deal to fight Canelo last year, and I don't know who turned it down. I'm pretty sure that it wasn't Charlo, but I don't know who did. But that train already left. I mean, and it's unfortunate. But Canelo has many fighters too.
So this is your boy. Let the bell ring out, man. Leave a comment, hit that like button, subscribe. Till next time.